Welcome, ladies, to Real Talk Friday. It is April the 17th. My name is Alicia, and I am a holistic health coach who support women in creating lives that feel sustainable, nourishing, and grounded. Today, we are discussing the quiet strength of extending grace. Something happened this past weekend that stayed with me. I was out at a restaurant and the place was packed. One of those evenings where every table is full. People are talking over one another and the staff is moving quickly from table to table trying to keep up. Our waitress came over and it immediately felt like something was off. Her tone was short, her face was tight, and she seemed irritated, almost like she didn't want to be there. And if I'm being honest, the first reaction was frustration. Because when you go out to eat, you expect a certain level of service. And at the end of the meal, there's also the expectation that you'll leave a tip. So when the service feels unpleasant, the natural response is to think, why should I tip someone who's treating us this way? But after sitting with it for a moment, something shifted. The thought crossed my mind, we don't actually know what kind of day this waitress is having. We didn't know if she had been on her feet for hours already. We didn't know if the kitchen was backed up and customers had been complaining all day. We didn't know if she was overwhelmed, underpaid, or dealing with something in her life that had nothing to do with the people sitting at those tables. All we knew was the small moment we experienced, and it made me think about how quickly we form conclusions about people. A short tone becomes attitude. A mistake becomes carelessness. And a moment becomes a full judgment of someone's character. But the truth is, we are almost always meeting people in the middle of a story we don't know. The person in front of us may be carrying exhaustion, grief, financial stress, a problem they can't solve, or simply a day where everything feels like too much. None of that is excuses for bad behavior, of course. Grace doesn't mean accepting disrespect or ignoring real harm, but grace does mean pausing before we decide who someone is based on one moment. Grace is choosing curiosity instead of assumption. It's recognizing that every person you encounter is navigating something you cannot see. And here's something I've been reflecting on. We all have days where we are not the best versions of ourselves, days when we're tired, overwhelmed, or don't have the emotional capacity to show up perfectly. And on those days, most of us hope someone will give us a little room to breathe, a little patience, and understanding. That's what grace does. Grace says, I don't know your whole story, but I'm not going to assume the worst. It softens the moment, not because someone earned it, but because we understand how human life actually works. So this week, I've been sitting with a simple question. How often do we offer people the same grace we hope someone would offer us? Sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer another person isn't correction, it's compassion. If you're navigating your own relationship with food, body, or health, and you would like to learn more about the Empower Her journey or join my free private Facebook group, you can find that information in the links below. And I'll see you next week right here for Real Talk Friday.